alt987fm.com. We also got a couple chances to win not only Alter Ego tickets, so you can be there at the Forum January 11th, but also go backstage and meet the guys from Offspring.
That's good.
So, your chance to win next hour, $750, along with some more alternative income keywords throughout the day today, right here on Alt 98.7.
The Woody Show.
All right, so we've thrown around the idea, just because it'd be ironic. Woody Show Book Club.
Yes.
You know, today for Woody Show Book Club, I'm going to start with a question, and this is something I'm sure keeps Seabass up at night.
What at it?
Do you feel like your coworkers respect you?
Does it? Ooh, that's a good question. I would say yes.
I don't think it keeps them up at night. I don't think you really think about it one way or the other.
No,
I think you are respected.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, no, I think you. I think you
so.
are, especially your work ethic, your
Yeah.
creativity.
I don't know.
For sure.
Yeah,
I don't see why they would.
Socially a little strange, but I mean, he can turn it on. He can be lovely at times.
Yeah. Thank you.
Charming. Oh, by the way, we got a couple notifications about this from a couple people, but I guess Howard Stern was mentioning Cartnarks.
Yeah, it's actually, we just brought this up
on the show yesterday.
Recently.
I guess.
They did an interview with me, or a pre-interview back during Super Bowl week.
Oh, right.
And the guy said, I don't know if this is ever going to air or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I guess they had time, and they did like a package. So I wasn't live on the air, but I don't know.
Right.
And I haven't heard the segment yet either, because I got a couple.
I guess it just aired yesterday.
Nice.
And it's like just replaying this week. So
Nice.
Yeah. Check it
Cartnarks
out.
getting a little shine after, it was one of the moments in shock jockery. So was that return of the favor? I guess.
Payback.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they were waiting.
Anyway, you want to earn your co-workers' respect, and if that's the case, some things that you need to do, according to this quote leadership expert. He's got a book, Woody Show Book Club. It's called The Mentally Strong Leader, and he says that whether you're the boss or you're an entry-level employee, there are 3 categories of things that you need to do to gain people's respect at work, and let's see how well we all do with these things.
Okay.
All right.
Number 1, give. Be generous with your time and knowledge. Praise other people's efforts. Take time to offer good feedback, and give other people your respect.
Yeah, sounds.
I think pretty much
good.
we actually
Pretty
do that.
Easy.
All joking aside, I think we are pretty good at that.
I agree.
And it's like, I don't understand people who withhold compliments. Like, if something's good, like, you want to let somebody know, it creates a good vibe.
Well, you
know
don't
they're
want
on
their
their
head to get
track.
too big, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, right.
But it's like something's funny. I mean, I always want to let somebody know.
Next one is resist. Resist the temptation to gossip about coworkers.
Greg.
We failed that.
I love that narrative that
Don't
you've
get
created.
roped into
You
being-
gossip more than anybody.
Don't get roped into being negative,
Who are
and
we talking-
resist
who are you
taking
directing
credit.
that to?
Seabass.
Uh-oh.
Greg, don't
Here we
get roped
go.
into being negative.
We can discuss this in a second. Let me just get through the tip. Just the tip.
Greg's
Just the
Just
tip.
Greg's
the
ignoring the
tip.
tip as you're giving it.
And
Yeah, I'm
resist
ignoring it.
taking credit for stuff even when it's deserved. Be modest instead, Seabass, and talk about how it was a group effort. They'll still know you deserve the credit, but they'll respect you for resisting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A little more modesty.
I don't know if I believe that.
Oh, well, Seabass' original game code.
I don't know if they know that you don't necessarily always get the recognition, because
No.
some people they'll try to sweep it under the team, like, oh, we as a team we created this. Like, no, you didn't.
No.
Like, for example,
Oh,
it sounds
no.
like you have something specific in mind.
No, I'm just saying, like, for this, not for this show necessarily, but
Oh,
in
okay.
general, a manager will kind of like try to make everyone feel good and say, oh, look, as a team, we.
Oh, I
blah,
get what
blah,
you're saying,
blah.
yeah.
And then the hanger-ons get credit.
exactly
Yeah,
for what
true.
they didn't do.
Because, Greg has always claimed responsibility and credit for Cartnarks.
It's not a claim.
No.
It's just what it is.
The name Cartnarks did not come from Greg. That actually came from a text.
Yeah, that
come from
came
the show
from
at
a
all.
text.
Yeah, that came from a text. I forget what cart police or whatever we called it
Cart
originally.
shaming.
Cart
shaming.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, but see, that's the thing is
I think actually the way I remember it is more of a collective thing, because we were talking about Greg's pet peeve about people not returning their cards. And then we were in the office. No, that was the thing on the air. That was
Woody has a very bad memory.
You love to revise
Do I?
history.
Yeah, you like the how's your pie thing you had wrong for years.
Right.
You just kind of made up see Woody will go with the not that he's lying.
Yeah.
He just goes with like the easiest thing that he can remember and makes sense to him.
Right, and then it just sticks.
Right, exactly. And then he repeats it again, and that's
right,
that's
and then it
the
just
history.
becomes fact.
Right, which is not, this is not a slam. It's just
no, because I here's the way I remember it. I remember. I was telling you, you guys can fill in the gaps or whatever, correct the information. But we were talking about things like that that just are annoying people, annoying things. And one of the things, the cart thing came up. Greg was on the air. It was a pet peeve kind of thing, talking about that. And then I do remember being in the office, and Seabass was at this time, he's always down for a project, as we know.
always still down for a project,
right? And so it was one of those things that somebody just kind of threw out in one of those collective conversations in the office about, dude, go out to the grocery store for 5 minutes and you'll find somebody. And he tried it. Like the first one and the second one that you did was super explosive,
mega explosive.
And then I said we should call it cart narcs.
But see, that's the thing is,
what was it? Give me the.
I think that's closer to the reality. I don't think it was on the air though that we started it. I think it was off the air.
Yeah.
But anyway, but the point, to Greg's point, again, I appreciate that he shares the passion that I do. But that's not what I tell people when they ask me about it and like, how do you get this off the ground? As like, you got to go out and do the thing.
Right.
Making the observation is one thing. That's
the follow through,
but
seeing it through.
But literally, Charles Schultz in 1991 in a Peanuts comic that I have printed out here in the office made a point that Snoopy was mad at Woodstock for not returning a shopping cart. He just left it against a tree. So the observation isn't unique to us or to Greg or anybody else.
No, it's definitely not.
It's what to do with it.
It's the execution, yes.
Yeah, what to do with it. Then the final tip, Woody Show Book Club today. Again, this is a guy. He's a leadership expert. The book is called The Mentally Strong Leader. These 3 categories of things that you need to do to gain your coworkers' respect: give and be generous with your time and knowledge, resist the temptation to gossip about coworkers or take credit for stuff even when it's deserved. Number 3 is exude, meaning exude professionalism, which includes not being late to stuff, being open, honest, and transparent, exuding confidence, collaboration, be accountable for your own mistakes, be authentic. When people know they're getting the real you, they respect you for it.
Sure.
These all seem kind of obvious.
Of course.
Yeah.
All this stuff.
This guy wrote a book about this?
There's a book, guys. Woody Show Book Club.
So you want to be a good worker and be on time.
Yeah. Now, you might wonder if we have a theory about this, where this animosity between Greg and Seabass even came from.
Where did it start?
Well,
Genesis.
And let's talk about that. Let's be specific. With this animosity from Greg towards Seabass, not between. Because I don't share that animosity. I love it. I love and respect.
That is...
And cherish.
Oh, right. That is so...
This is the animosity from Greg to Seabass.
Now,
Greg's projected.
okay, is it possible that Seabass started teasing Greg because Greg made out with one of his girlfriends one time?
Oh,
What?
that could be it.
I was honestly not even aware that happened.
Oh, really?
What?
I thought you knew about that.
But like the same way you would make out with whoever, Julianne or
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, obviously, we weren't going at it.
Yeah,
Right.
Number one,
yucky girls.
Number one didn't know. Number 2 don't care.
Oh, interesting.
Don't know.
Because that was one of the theories floated at one point. Is that the reason there was this maybe animosity towards Gregor?
Because he was risen up your lady.
Yeah, do you even know
He was tonguing your lady.
Yeah, it was just tongue ramming.
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, but it's impossible for me because I honestly didn't even know.
Interesting. It doesn't freak you out?
Again, Gina hasn't seen it yet, but Greg used to be very promiscuous.
I have tried to get Greg on 5 different
It will
trips, and
never
so far
happen.
nothing.
Yeah, so far no Gregging of Gina has
Those
happened.
days are
He may have aged out of it.
Sammy, did you ever get
Over.
Gregged?
No.
No?
I would never.
I think we just need to get him drunk enough.
That's not to say you
Yeah.
would never.
Oh, I would never. Those
Yeah.
days are over. I know. Even in a blackout drunkenness,
Yeah.
I
So how
won't do it.
Boo.
One thing I don't know, Greg, is how did you end up making out with Seabass's girlfriend?
Yeah, how's that happen?
Like, how did that happen?
I mean, it involved booze.
Of course, and a hot tub, maybe.
Party, probably, right?
It was at a wine bar,
Oh.
and I think we were drunk-ish. Not drunk, but drunk-ish.
Was Seabass there?
No.
At a wine bar?
No.
I go to a wine bar.
It's a wine bar, and it was myself, Mario, and then, speaking of which, Julianne and Seabass's ex.
Why was she there?
She was friendly with Julianne.
became friends with Julianne.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then we thought it would be fun if the 4 of us made out.
You know, it'd be fun.
So, and
I mean, that's what happens when Julianne's around.
Yeah, and I said to Julianne, I'm like, well, I basically have made out with Julianne, so that wouldn't be exciting. So I said, but what would be
made out with Mario 100,000 times.
Right. And then I thought, well, what would be exciting
it'd be fun.
would be to make out with her instead. And then Mario, you can make out with Julianne since you've never Gregged her or made out with her. So we just did that. We just all stood up
In
Sounds
public.
like kind of like a key
in
party.
public
Just an
and
orgy.
just started kissing, and then we took pictures
a
of
wine
it, and we
bar.
thought it was kind of fun and exciting. It was very weird.
What
it was
did you
an
do with the
outdoor
pictures?
setting, by the way.
Did you like send one to Seabass? Or?
No.
No, because I didn't know
But-
about it.
Did you post them or anything?
Yeah.
Maybe
Public?
I would have to go
I
through.
doubt I'm
Oh,
not.
that would have been funny. Like, oh, hey, check it out. Here's a picture of me making out with Seabass's girlfriend.
That's a good
wonder-
question. Am I even Facebook friends with Greg? Let's see. I think I might.
Facebook we are.
Nice.
Or would Julianne have posted them?
Maybe.
Probably.
Probably Julianne.
Yeah, maybe.
Again,
I'm
even
gonna-
if
I'm
I
gonna
did know
scroll
about it,
through
it's,
and look.
again, it's
That wouldn't have been a thing?
no, because again, Greg does that with everybody.
Yeah.
And it's not like his thing came out.
Yeah, it's not like his thing came
Yeah,
out.
I mean, it
don't
wouldn't
say
go
this-
beyond
I don't
that.
say this to be disrespectful in the way you're thinking, but like if we talked about this before, like if girls make out with other girls at a party, no one cares.
Yeah.
Not that
Yeah.
Greg's a girl,
But legally, it's
but
the same
threat
thing.
level girl.
Threat level girl.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
exactly.
makes sense.
No, 100%.
Which is
true.
how some bisexual quote unquote guys snake their way in past
Yeah.
the boyfriend.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
true.
But I don't believe Greg would be that kind of person.
No.
All right, well, there goes that theory, guys.
Okay.
I got to find this photo.
That's the first I've heard of that theory.
Yeah. 877-44-WOODY. Hit us up with a text over to 22987. More Woody shows next. Hang on.
The Woody Show returns in a second. Alt 98.7.